Welcome to Crash Out Sports Podcast with your host Rod and Quinn.
Whoa. Welcome to the Rod and Censor Pod. Damn, I'm geeking out today. Welcome to Craft House Sports Podcast, man. I had a long last night, man. I had a long weekend. Um, but nobody give a fuck about my weekend because singles don't care. Let's get to these sports shit, man. How you doing today, man? And let's get to it, man.
Hey, man, what's going on, everybody, man? Damn, he said Ryan Censor. He almost got the wrong podcast. It's early in the show.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Damn,
we
man.
got. Listen, we're gonna start it off, man. We're gonna start with the injury reports with this, man. Jamal Adams is out for the season for the actual season start. I think tore his Achilles or something like that. I think on his first rep being a slot corner, which was weird to me for the Vikings defense, but he out for the season. You got Jeremiah Love, who is missing some time. Jordan Tyson missing some time, obviously. It's a lot. It's a lot of injuries happening preseason. A little bit to some people, noble stars or noble people. Um, but overall, over the weekend, man, the games were pretty solid. I like to say fuck Kobe Lane because he was cooking Keely Ringo damn near the whole game.
Mm.
Uh,
How do
yeah.
you feel? How do you feel about overall? Um, Overall, how do you feel about this team after Mitchell, yes, say Mitchell and Woden and shit like that? How do you feel if one of them niggas go out?
I,
Do you say, hey, Cooper, I need you to go play on the outside? If let's say Mitchell get hurt, or you want Ringo out there? I'm just being the devil advocate if something happen like that.
honestly, it'll just be like defense from last year. Honestly, like if Woolen goes out, it's the same defense from last year. It's just now you got Gennard, who's probably gonna miss some time too. I think he missing some time because he got hurt also. But it's the same defense as last year, just stay poised. We don't need Makuba because we got Ringo and I think we still got Michael Carter the second, if I'm not mistaken. So he can come in and play some time, but they're probably gonna sign somebody. If not, then just to be right there, put Cooper at the number two, which I don't. I think they should probably try that last. They should have tried that last year at least. Than having a Dory Jackson, Keely Ringo try to play that second, and they were getting cooked them there all last year. But you know, this team, man, it's not bad. It's just again, it's preseason. No starters really played like that, so I'm not worried. My only concern is that how is this Sean Manning offense gonna look when it actually counts? All 22 starters. How they gonna look? So that's all I'm concerned about because we look pretty bad on Saturday. I don't think we
And
moved the ball that much.
I'm just gonna say this. The second I watched a little bit of the game, I was at these my girls' grandma's birthday, so I'm watching that shit at Fridays, and I'm looking at the second unit. They had that motherfucker Vangio, whatever that cat name was for the Raiders. They made him look like Peyton Manning. You know what I mean? I know it was the second unit, but
He threw a pick
it
though.
yeah, he threw a pick, but I'm just saying how their offensive line was getting pushed and they had a running attack and blah blah blah. Is that coordinated first? I don't know who their offensive coordinator is. Let me not say that.
Well, that's a no who. Well, you got to think about it. That's a whole new crew
That's a whole
that
new
basically
crew.
came in.
So with Mentor, and I like the stuff I saw from Mentor's defense. They was hungry. Um, the corner play was looking good. The penetration, pass rushing, stopping the run, they look good. You know what I mean? They showed. I know it's all vanilla. There's nothing extraordinary going on defense on the offensive side either. But I see some teams in these preseason they're coming to their identity a little bit. They're building, and it's good to see the building of what they want to be this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like you start, but you got to think about it too, and this is why I say it's just preseason because a lot of those guys are coming in hungry are the practice squad guys or the second strings trying to make starters.
Receiver Lane, that big body pause they got for the
Yeah,
race.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Walker, you might not have no, you might not get no play, boy. You know what I
Who?
mean? Taz Walker for the
Oh, for the
Ravens,
Chiefs?
Ravens.
You said Kenneth Walker.
No. Taz Walker from
Oh,
North
Tez
Carolina.
Walker.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh, oh.
yeah. He might not get no play. Lane and it all depends what they see him as. But overall, I like what I
Where he a
saw,
slot?
and,
No, they
and,
got
I,
Bateman still. Never mind.
and shout out to Jeremiah Love, man. That boy look electric. You know what I mean? Even though he got hurt a little bit, he gonna be right for the season. It ain't that serious what he got hurt with. And I gotta say this too. A5, man. A Richardson. Hey yo, you're looking like a rookie out there.
He don't want to be there though.
And like the touch on the pass, he was undecisive trying to run the ball. I'm like, yo, what's going on with this cat? I don't see nobody wanting to trade for him. Miami gonna trade for him? Where's the spot where he can go?
Well, you gotta think like it's like all right. I can I'm compared. It's gonna be an accurate comparison. He's like what Ben Simmons was his final 3 years in Philly, right?
Mm,
You gave him a chance. He tried to. He's just playing his role the best way he can with the system that he's in, and everybody's expecting him to take this big ass leap and be this, but you're asking him to be this,
mm.
and now he's showing he don't want to be there. Now y'all have an issue with him um giving the same energy back. You don't want him here, he gonna show you don't want to be here. So that's where Averson's problem is because first of all, Daniel Jones is already the starter. They already named him the starter. They got him to replace him, and they did. So
Mm-hmm.
now he has no shot of being number one again unless Daniel Jones gets hurt. So and he's already requested a trade at the top of free agency, and they decided. I don't know if no teams want him, or I don't know if Indiana said no, we're not trading.
I,
We don't know.
I'm at the point where you got to keep him because Daniel Jones got injury histories, and you need somebody to back him up. And I think you could really put him on the practice squad. I don't think nobody would grab him.
I mean, I think a team will grab him because he's already a proven. He not proven. Sorry, he has shown he can start in this league. He has shown that he could possibly play backup to behind a certain QBs. He'll go somewhere, but it's not going to be somewhere that's like it's not going to be somewhere like the Chiefs, right? He don't get treatment how does it feels getting the treatment at. Ain't gonna be a team like Pittsburgh. They already got three young gunners, as you saw on Saturday or Friday. They all three of them were good. It's not going to be a team that's already established and already a proven playoff team. It's going to be a team where you can build off of it. Hey, you can build off this season. You can build off of this. So, team like I'm gonna be real with you. Arizona look like a good spot. It's
Mm.
like a good, it's like a good spot he can go to. Arizona, you can go to a team like the Panthers, who is trying to prove that they're a legitimate playoff contender. He can go to certain teams like that, just building blocks. You know what I mean? So, and speaking of building blocks and stuff like that, Deshaun Watson, he didn't look the great. I don't expect him to act like Deshaun Watson of 2017-18. I don't expect that. I don't want him to act like Deshaun Watson in 2019-20. But how he looked, he was just okay. He was just okay. It's his first game back in like 2 years. He was already having a okay mini camp before everybody was reporting. And then he got in the game. He was just okay. I'm not gonna say he was a D or he was a C. He's kind of in the C minus range because it's his first game back. I don't expect him to be Superman his first game back in the preseason, but he was just okay.
And I gotta say this. I thought he did okay, but I think he was playing too safe. He really didn't push the ball more than 4 yards, 4 to 10 yards. And my young boy, he was pushing the ball. I at least will say this: he is a gamer, and a lot of people don't understand that. He he threw a pick. That was an ugly pick, of course, but you cannot say the effort's not there. He's not smart, like they were saying in the draft. He's not a smart guy. He arrogant and blah blah blah. But he wants to win, and I think what Deshaun's going to do, and they make. I know he's gonna probably going to be the starter, but I think he's going to think it don't, and the fans will get mad about it because they got the offensive talent on that team. You got a KC catches, Kessie on. You got KC.
Jared
Uh,
Judy.
you got Jerry Judy. You got Fannin. You got Denzel Boston, and you know what I mean. They are stretchers. You know, repulse. You know what I mean, and you can't think it don't go win. You can't.
I mean, Drew Brees did it. You know, like I mean,
No,
what?
Drew Brees was letting that bitch go, man. Stop it. That was the end of
But
his career.
after 2013, though, you seen you listen. Look, that arm distance got a little smaller. Ain't nothing
But,
wrong with
but
that.
you comparing him to
To Watson, I mean, you gotta think about it this way though. I mean, it happened
don't
a
be
lot.
disrespectful. Come on, man. Don't be
No, no, no,
disrespectful.
no, no, no. I'm being respectful.
That's
I'm
like
being
that's like
honest.
comparing Mona Lisa to fucking Black China.
No,
You don't be disrespectful like that, man.
no, I ain't being disrespectful. What I'm about to say. What I'm saying is that a lot of players when they get hurt and they have those first actual reps, and those come with camp, but when you're actually in a game setting, their first reps are gonna look like, oh yeah, I don't want to get hurt here. Like Adrian Pearson, when he first came off that ACL tear, some shit you'd be like, all right, babe, no, some shit he's like, no, I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to get hurt again. And he still was the same AP. I mean, he still rushed for 1,200, you know what I'm saying, got his shit. But you could tell on certain stuff, he was like, I don't want to get hurt again and fuck up my whole season again.
I feel you, but I feel like this too. Their offensive line, they gotta figure a way to run the ball. Or I don't give a fuck you put in Joe Montana in. You can put anybody you want off the all decade Madden team, all pros from I don't give a fuck who you put in there.
The
If you
Canton
can't
greats.
you can't even put the if you don't got no running game, you ain't going nowhere, boy. You ain't you ain't going to Maryland to DC. You know what I mean? If your car you check engine light on and that motherfucker's sputtering. You know what I mean? So you got to figure some kind of way to get some push and to run block and because it can get bad, man. But you know what I mean. Shout out to Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean. Like I said, I never hated the guy for going to rub and tugs. A man got to get it off. You know what I mean. I'm never going to hate on the man getting that thing off. But is it? I like what Mendoza did. Fernando did. But I still think he should sit at least to like week 6, 7, and let him finish out the season because you don't want to get shock. You know what I mean? We've seen quarterbacks that get hit, they get
Hmm.
shell shock. I remember Mac Jones. You know, I'm not comparing the two players together, but I remember when Mac Jones started and he started getting hit. He got shell shock. He would start throwing that bitch everywhere because he didn't want to get hit. So you don't want that to happen. Even though Mendoza is a better athlete than Mac Jones, but you don't want that shit to happen to him. Get shell shocked. What's your thoughts on that?
I feel like Mendoza in his first outing. I mean, you don't expect the rookie to be like, all right, I'm throw 400 yards in the preseason game.
Oh
No,
yeah.
these are games just to see where you're at and how you're testing. These are like how the NBA is in preseason or players might have injury. These are ramp up games. So when the season actually starts, you're ready, you're good, you're warmed up, you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I give him a B because I mean he did what he had to do out there. You know what I'm saying? Certain looks and stuff like that. If you ask me if he should still sit, yes, because I feel like Kirk Cousins should take majority of the blows when it comes about the Raiders offense. Because Mendoza, we've seen the media break down young talent because all the pressure's on them to do X, Y, and Z. There ain't no pressure on nobody else. They ain't gonna put no pressure on nobody else. Like for instance, I seen a post today, not to bring this into this conversation, but I seen a post today saying the most under pressure person this year was Jalen Hurts, and he's number one. And I'm like,
Mm.
why is a Super Bowl MVP, got been Super Bowl twice in the past 5, 6 years? Why is he number one? Why is people like Justin Herbert ain't number one? Why are people like, you know what I'm saying, like Josh Allen number one? This is fucking ridiculous.
Only thing I gotta say this, and this is why I get so mad with your fan base because I forgot. Let me look it up. I think he's kind of like low in the top 100.
Yeah, they put him near like the 70s.
Right. And people got mad about uh Jalen Joe Burrow being higher than him and other quarterbacks being higher than him. I think they go by the stats guy. A lot of people get mad about the stats, the passing yards, and shit like that. He had a bad year. It was not like the year prior because y'all don't got the same old, you know what I mean, it's the same OC. You don't got Kellen Moore no more. So that offense was not a high powering offense last year. So you can't say, oh man, he's a Super Bowl MVP. We talking about that year. But fans got mad about it. Philly fans got mad about it. Oh man, he's better than Burrow. He better than that. Not statistically that year.
Yeah, but he's always been the 3,000. Okay, so even want to say year by year case, the year he won the Super Bowl, he was ranked like 40th or 30th. And other players who didn't play a full season, other players who don't have the stats behind it, other players who it might have just been their first year, got retired in them. Matter of fact, it was so bad that the very next year he was left out of the top 10 QBs heading into next season. CJ Stroud made that list. CJ Stroud ain't done shit in the past what year or two. Jaden Daniels made that list. He was a rookie last year.
So you
Jared Goff made that list. Jared Goff ain't been on the system Rams.
do you think that guy cares about that?
I know he doesn't care about it. He doesn't care about shit that has to do with the media. That's why he's
Oh,
so
okay.
successful as he is. But that's
Okay.
the problem is that you show love to people who it doesn't make sense. Like Justin Herbert, right? He's been in the league for what 6 years, like around that time. Justin
Yeah.
Herbert has made one playoff appearance since then, one,
Hmm.
and he lost because they failed to maintain their lead.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he getting so much love for it? Why is he so a top 10 QB?
I don't know.
That's the problem. That's why we fight hard for Jay Hurts. It's like, yo, this man's been to the Super Bowl not once but twice. This man won a Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP and balled out in both of them. For anybody that's ever balled out in the Super Bowl, we always show great love to him. He's in the top 10. We show appreciation to him. Why is he not getting appreciation? Patrick Mahomes, if he were to win the Super Bowl, oh my goodness. He's number one. Ain't nobody above him. If Josh Allen or win, oh my goodness. He's
Cause
number
he's
one.
flashy. Cause you gotta understand, man.
They
This
play
is
the
all
same.
it's all about style. Nah, they don't play the same.
That no, hold on. And I mean by play the same, right? They're
Come
both
on, man.
dual. They're both dual threat QBs in a system to where it's a run heavy system. That's what I mean by they are the same.
Okay. I thought you meant like throwing power and
No.
throwing
If we're talking about
all
slinging the rock
platform.
more, Josh Allen's system requires him to throw the ball more.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts' system requires him to run the ball more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean by they're the same QB, just in different systems, will
Okay.
require different things.
I just gotta say this, man. I think the fans sometimes they want gratifications from the media too much. Just worry about the main thing is winning. No, the list is the list. You can't change no more. I don't give a fuck. You say fuck the list. The list still gonna come out.
The list gonna come out, but out of everybody on that list, that
You
is
can't
on
change
that
nobody's
list.
mind though. You can't change nobody's mind. I still hear it to this day. Hey Rod, Montana's still better than Tom Brady. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? People going to ride for their guys, and lists is like assholes. Everybody got it. You know what I mean? But I feel like people just get so sensitive about fucking lists.
I'm not sensitive about the list. My problem is that you say he's the most under pressure player this season. Based on what?
I don't think he's under pressure, but I think your coach under pressure. That shit better not look like that again. I think if that shit look like that again, Howie can't say nobody. I think that ownership gonna be like, yo, what the fuck going on? Because
Well, at that point, Nick
that's
Sirianni's fired.
yeah, that's why I think there's a lot of coaches under a lot of pressure.
Oh
And
yeah, hell yeah.
I don't think it's the quarterback. I think it's the offense. If you get the offense back to what it was, you good. They're gonna be they contenders again. So I think that's. But to say he's under pressure, I don't think y'all want to get rid of the nigga or not like that. But it is what it is. But that's all I was saying about the list. And I heard your boys are retired after this season. Lane Johnson. So what's your thoughts on that, man? Saying he said this is the last ride. Whatever happens. He's out.
Hey man, listen, he's been in the league for a very very long time. Like
Got
motherfuckers, damn
two
near
two chips.
40.
But you know what? And this is another thing. Shout out to my man Cool McCain of the Eagle Elite podcast. His cat named Benny was talking like Lane is the greatest tackle of all time. That's I don't think he's the greatest
For the Eagles,
for the Eagles, but all time. I don't. It's a lot
all
of great
time,
tackles.
you
A lot.
gotta kind of you gotta go back. You got the Steve Hutchinsons, you got the Andrew Whitworths, you got the Orlando, not Orlando Brown,
No, no,
Larry.
no. Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah, yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot of people. Now, do I think
Joe,
Lane's in that echelon? He's top 10. Absolutely, I think he's top 10.
even without the Super Bowl, you gotta say Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas didn't miss
Joe
no fucking game.
Thomas. Yup, you got Joe Thomas. You got guys like who am I thinking of? He was a left
Anthony
tackle.
Muniz with
Nunez,
the
yeah.
fucking the Bengals didn't win none, all pros almost every year. Tackle, man, I'm telling you, it's a the tackle
Trent
position.
Williams. You got to add Trent Williams to that list, and he's still actually playing too. So so he's definitely top 10. I'm not. That's for sure. I don't think you name 10 tackles better than Lane Johnson, but for the Eagles, he's the greatest for all time. It depends on what you look at. Like you're looking at success. You're looking at okay, sacks given up. Like what are you looking at when you say he's the greatest tackle of all time? Because at the end of the day, you have to kind of go. It's like we had our conversation about Steve Smith and Ocho Cinco, right? I said visually on the screen, they're both great. I thought Chad got more separation than Steve Smith did. But on
Mhm.
stats, Steve Smith has a better stats because Steve Smith played longer. Chad only played what 9, 10 years.
Yeah,
Steve Smith played longer than that. You know what I'm
and
saying? So
it is also about production, and shout out to him because he had an interesting thing where he was talking about he didn't want to leave out of the Bengals because he wanted to retire there, but they when they got AJ Green, they pushed him out, and he said he was willing to be a second, be a second receiver or a slot receiver for them, you know what I mean, or whatever to be on the team, but they pushed him out. And because you really think about it, when he left there and he went to us, he wasn't the same guy. You know what I mean? He lost a little step, and that offense was completely different. So he might have been he could have been a 500 receiver, 500-yard receiver still in that system.
well, I think that the reason why they pushed him out because back then in the NFL, you didn't need two lengthy guys. You
Hmm.
back then it was you had one jump ball guy and a couple of short guys. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it didn't matter that jump ball guy was your number one or your number three. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And mind you, the Bengals already tested that because remember they had To and Chad at one time, and To per not To Chad production wise was the number two, but we
Hmm.
all know Chad before To went over there was their guy. But at the end of the day, again, he talked about that a lot when he had the old podcast. He was like, "Listen, look, they that's what they do. They push everybody out. Randy Moss got pushed out. Jerry
Hmm.
Rice got pushed out. To got pushed out. That's called the system of the NFL. You replace the old with the new, and you push them the fuck out. Now, and he says all the time, I fucked up. That's why I didn't last long in the NFL. But even without me fucking up, they were pushing me out. There was no way for me to get in. Unfortunately, he went to a team like the Pats where they run a no nonsense system, so he couldn't get away with the same shit he did in Cincy. He said all the time, he's like, listen, the Patriots are probably the closest thing to the military you're probably gonna get.
Yeah.
Everything is calculated. Nobody has favorites. Not even Tom. So
And like I told people, man, I've seen a lot of cats that Kane does. We had Reggie Wayne, he retired because he said it was not fun for him. That system is so complex for a lot of receivers. They're like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this playbook? So it takes a different kind of animal. Right, right. You know, you look at it, is it's not so much about athletics, about being precise in your routes and the option routes, and it's all about being at the right spot at all times in that system. You look like a Danny Amendola, you look at a Julian Edelman, you look at a Dion Branch, you look at a Troy Brown. They was not no athletic kind of receivers. They were just at the right spot. You
mhm.
know what I mean? Smart receivers. You know what I mean? Not to say T.O. I mean, Chad's not a smart receiver, but it's about precise.
But his play style,
His play style.
that's what matters too in a system. And that's why a lot of guys sometimes when they move from one spot to one spot, you see their production because their play style has to matches what they're trying to do with the system. Like
Exactly.
Chad's not a guy who likes to get into people, right? Chad is elusive, right? He's kind
Hmm.
of unpredictable on his feet, so you can
Hmm.
tell him a route, but he gonna get there the way he gets there. Over there in the Patriots, like a Chris Hogan or something like that, right? Like somebody's not that athletic, but can just get to that route when they need him to get to that route. People like that last long in pitch system because they understand that, hey, I'm not the greatest athletically, but I can get there. That's why Randy Moss went over there. He succeeded in that system. Everyone's like, oh shit, they can have a true number one go over there and do what he does,
Hmm.
But ever since then, I mean, has it been successful? They don't need to be successful when your offense is predicated on being slow and methodical, not I'm gonna throw this bitch 30 yards damn near every other third play. They don't need to do that. It's
And
slow,
you know,
methodical.
let's go back to the preseason. I gotta say this, man. Uh, I gotta say this, man. I like what I saw from the Cougar Hunter, Zach Wilson, in the preseason, and I think he would be a good backup for them. Like he's better than Spencer Bradler to me personally. I think he could be a good backup for
The
Trevor
Saints,
Lawrence. Yeah,
uh, 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 uh,
the Saints. Yeah, the Saints. He's with the Saints. He'd be a good backup for
Tyler
Shucks.
Shuck.
Yeah,
Um,
I misspoke. My fault.
I feel like he's kind of going through that. Who am I thinking of? Phase Kirk Cousin phase, right? Where you kind of you were the starter somewhere, shit didn't work out, you become a backup, you go somewhere else, and a situation opens itself up to you. It basically presents itself. Um, I mean, he has a true number one with Chris Olave. When they get Jordan Tyson back, that offense probably be 10 times more better. They have Jawan Johnson over there, so it's not like he can't step in until Chuck gets hurt and be like, all right, bet I got you. It's a matter of seeing if he has that ability to do so. Because that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's ability, right? If you can step in this system and, perform, a certain way. That's why Mac Jones is still in the league. Because you're like, oh, he was with Patriots. We'll see what he does. And he goes to the Niners, and he can still perform under that system. So it's all about the ability to perform even in different systems. That's why we brought Harvard for Jay Hurts. Man's been in 7, 8 different systems since he got in the league, and he's found a way to be successful in it. So that's what matters, is that if you have the ability to succeed in whatever system you get in. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. I like I said, man. I'm like when I'm seeing the preseason wise, man. Let me see what else on.
Yeah, we had
What else? Again, man. I think one thing I noticed, and Dart was kind of frustrated about every time he get hit that he goes to the tent. What's your thoughts on that, man? Do you think the man need to go to concussion protocol every time he get hit, man? Hard.
I think that Jackson Dart, he might need to invest in that Guardian cap. I feel like he needs to invest in that, because he's the reason why it's gonna make or break the Giants season. If you think about it, he's their young guy. They seen last season how many times he got hurt with concussions just towards the tail end of the season by itself. He needs to invest in that Guardian cap, because, and I know it's gonna look stupid for a QB to wear, but he needs it, because if you're gonna be the franchise guy, or they're investing in you to be a franchise guy, we need you to be available. Like, and that's the reason why the Giants season got derailed last season, because Cam Scatterbo ended up getting hurt.
He looked good
Which,
too. He looked good in the preseason. He looked like that ankle, nothing wrong with it. He was running with a
yeah,
lot of power. So go ahead,
yeah,
man.
and like Cam Scatterbo got hurt last season, so Tracy had to step up and do what he had to do. But then he ended up getting hurt multiple times during the season, and that's what derailed their season, because he was having a really good rookie campaign, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
So they're obviously they have Wilson because they invested in Jackson Dart. But now, if he can't stay healthy, it's the NFL. Like, nothing's guaranteed. They can rip that from right under you and find somebody else to make that investment on. There's a guy in Minnesota who he said he's going to be a backup, but they will trade for him if they need to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To lead the offense if you cannot stay healthy, and it's not as a freak. It's freak accident because it's injury, but these teams don't care about that. Hey, we drafted you as an investment. If you can't stay on the field, we gotta get rid of you. So at the end of the day, I think he should really invest in a guardian cap, so then it's not as many injuries to that head, so then he can have a successful season. The Giants could possibly make a possible playoff run. You know, as an Eagles fan, I don't want to see it, but as a fan of football, just the sport itself, you might need to invest in something to where he can stay on the field.
I feel you, man. What's your thoughts on seeing Odell catch the pass, man, for the first time back in that blue?
I
For the G
was
man.
like I said, as a them being a rival team, I don't like it. I don't like that Odell's back. He gave us a lot of hell when he was with the Giants. But as a football fan, is glad to see that he's given an opportunity again. Him being basically shut out all last season, him having his trouble with the whole yacht situation shit, and now back in the NFL doing his own thing again, man. It's like a beautiful story to see. You see that guy who's like, damn, man, could have been so much more, and then he does it. You're like, oh shit, I'm glad. I'm glad he's back doing his thing. So, shout out Odell and Giants, but he ain't doing shit against sustenance during the season. Fuck that. Nah, I don't see that happening.
And what's your thoughts about Von Miller signing with Cowboys?
Von
I, I,
Miller's
I think
Von
I think
Miller's
I think I think he's a good package guy for him. Like, because he still can get to the quarterback. You look at it; he had 9 sacks last year with Bobby Wagner in them. You know what I mean? So, and hopefully Bobby Wagner get another opportunity in the league too, because I think he still got a little juice left in him there. But Von Miller, he can bring some leadership to that defense and that identity to him because he's a pro. Um, what's your thoughts on that?
Fuck Von Miller. He's the ultimate homie hopper. You know, like he go from being on Commanders last season, now he on with the Giants. God damn, what's he going to do next season? Going to join the Giants? You know what I mean? Like we going to do next season? You know, and I get it. He's just looking for a home. He's looking for somewhere to go. Someone offered him, but
He's from Texas, so he
yeah,
gets to go home. So he went to
go to the
Texas
Texans
A&M.
then. You ain't gotta go to Dallas. Go to the Texans then. Maybe
They
somebody
probably
over there that's the no hunter.
yeah, they already got enough, man. They already got enough young boy. You got Daniel. What's his name? Danielle Hunter, and you got Will Anderson. They already locked in already. But
Hey
so
man, listen.
I think it's a good move by them, man. I
Well,
like the.
I,
Go ahead.
I mean, they didn't need him because they have. Well, I mean, any team can need anybody, but they have a Sean Gary. I was like, man, they don't need him. They need his old ass over there. So but again, at the end of the day, it's competition. We're gonna see what they look like, man. Even with Von Miller added, we'll see what they look like.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, man. What's your What you said something about? You said you don't think the Chiefs are a playoff team, man. And I want to
No,
know your reason. I want to know your reason why,
I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be very brief and kind of short. Patrick Mahomes is gonna be the reason why I make this statement.
man.
Not saying he's an injury prone player. Not saying that he's going to get hurt. Not saying I'm hoping he gets hurt. Patrick Mahomes is the pusher to why it makes them brace their season because it was proven last year when he went down, they could not maintain a lot of their star talent. Not talking about Rasheed Rice, not talking about Xavier Worthy, not talking about the young guys. I'm talking about Travis Kelsey. We're still uncertain if he can still play football or not. So, and he gets, and you see his production, and not saying it went down over the years, but look at the past 3 years. He's not looking the same. He's not moving the same. His mobility's starting to kind of waver a little bit because he's up there in age now. You're seeing the destruction of that empire, and Patrick Mahomes is the leader of that empire. If that knee keeps getting torn up, what can you do? And they don't have a lot to support him around. They got Kenneth Walker, that was nice. They let go of Isaiah Pacheco. I think they should have probably kept him, but I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Your offensive line didn't get better over the offseason. Your
Mm-hmm.
defense basically got dismantled because of the offseason. So you're looking at a team that is now you're in the spot that the Eagles were 4 years ago, or where the Pats were 3 years ago. You have to prove that y'all are still this team that can make it without the big pieces there. Ever since Tyreek Hill left, the only thing I showed for was they won one bowl without him.
No,
That's it.
they
But
still
multiple
was
playoff appearances.
they still was contending, man.
No, they were contending absolutely, but it got harder.
It's supposed to get harder.
No, you know what I'm saying. When they had Tyreek Hill on their team, right? It's sort of the 1 year they faced Brady. Everything looked a lot easier because they had a deep threat guy that no one could catch. So
They're
what I
still
mean
not a
by
deep
that
guy.
is,
Worthy's a deep guy now.
but he's not no Tyreek Hill.
He's
He,
not
he
Tyreek Hill, but he's
he's not
fast as a
giving you
motherfucker.
he's not giving you the production of what Tyreek Hill is giving. Is what I'm saying. When
Okay.
he's giving you 1,500, Kelsey's giving you 1,100. You might have Nicole be out there for 500. You might have there's always other pieces that can produce after the main guy. Who's the main guy for the Chiefs? Rasheed Rice. Well, he was out damn near all last season because of his whole thing, and then now this
Mm-hmm.
season he might be out for a long time too. So now you're looking at where then you're like, hey, can you be that? Can you step up to be that main dude? And I don't even know the receiving core all that well. But that's what goes to show you that there is no main guy on that team. The main guy is Travis Kelsey to lead that rocket ship, and he can't do it right now. And that's why I say the Chiefs this season, especially with their defense being fucked up, because again they lost a lot of key guys due to free agency, and their best player defensively is a 35, 36 year old Chris Jones, and he's
Yeah.
planning on probably retiring soon too. So now it's like, okay, what do y'all pivot to? Because defensively, you're going to have to probably rebuild that, and then offensively, you have to find your identity again. Because if Pat Mahomes goes back down, what happens to the Chiefs?
I'm not going to. I'm not going to discount Andy Reid. I'm not going to discount Steve Spagnuolo. I think they can figure it out to still be a playoff team. That's what I'm with the talent they do have. Do I think they can still go on a winning streak and get in the playoffs? Yeah. But to say they're not going to be the bottom feeder and not make the playoffs, I don't see that not happening.
I I didn't say they're a bottom feeding team. I didn't say they're gonna be all of a sudden 3-win teams with Patrick Mahomes. No, I'm saying that they're gonna be that team where it's gonna be that last stretch, and you really need that win. Can they do it with what they got? That's where I'm at with them.
And they got that corner, man. I didn't see him move yet, but the corner from LSU, what's his name? Mincer Delane.
Mansour Delane.
Yeah, so he got a big shoe to fill up with being a Duffy like, but people just got to step up, man. And I think that Andy Reid is clever enough. He forgot more football than a lot of cats in the league coaching. And I think they're gonna edge out some wins. You like, damn, they won that. So, and and, and a lot of people don't understand right now. We don't know what Bo Nick's gonna look like coming back from that ankle.
Yeah.
So you go back to Trevor Simeon again. It might be a problem.
But I don't think. Oh wait, I don't think it's gonna be that bad, and only because of this. It's different from the Chiefs and the Broncos because of the weapons they got. Like you got Jalen Waddle, you got Cortland Sutton, you got Evan Ingram. For the Chiefs, if Mahomes get down, you can say, "Oh, they got Worthy. Oh, they got Travis Kelsey. Oh, they have Kenneth Walker."
Mm-hmm.
But their line isn't the same as it was. That line's been leaving out year after year sometimes. So it's not like how it was back in 2023 where their line was like, all right, bet they're a top 5 line in the league, top 10 line in the league. No, their line's been going down every year. So you have to look at it and be like, all right, well, how long is the playoff window up for the Chiefs now? Because remember, they missed last season. Is this a bounce back year? Or is it like, because Mahomes went down? That's why I say I don't think this year is a playoff run, let alone even a playoffs. I feel like it's going to go down to the last win. Hey, we have to win. This is a win or die situation. Because now they're back to that point of we have to prove ourselves again.
I think that's every team. It's every team right now. Teams that made the playoffs, Seattle, teams that won the Super Bowl. It's a prove year. It's not a fluke season. We are who we say we are. So it's everybody got a prove year. That shit that happened last year don't mean shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But when you're you're a Patriots fan, you understand what I'm saying. You have this dynasty, this empire that y'all got. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you've built it for so long. It sometimes when you build something and then all of a sudden it's down to who are we again? Well, how can we maintain? Because you got to remember, man. A lot of people leave. The team don't look the same. Like the one dude who had the interview saying, "Hey, the Eagles team that they faced the first time in the Super Bowl is better than the Eagles team they faced the second time in the Super Bowl." Which is an insane statement because the first time it was a close ass game, only won by 3 points. The second time, you got blown the fuck out. So there ain't no way you can say that that second team is worse than the first team. By what standard? Because it was a close game, y'all won.
Mm.
So that's why I say that year after year, your teams change. Like this year with us, we've been hearing all season long. If we get rid of AJ Brown, what's that team look like? Well, we're gonna have to see.
We're gonna have to see, man, and we're gonna have to see, and that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. And only thing I don't like, man, is a lot of cats right now at the job, man, that they y'all receiving core Smitty gonna do better numbers than AJ Brown, man. And I don't see that happening, man. I don't see
Well,
that.
I already see AJ Brown having a problem with Drake May already, just in a preseason game.
It's gonna get screwed out, man. This is last rodeo, man.
Listen, if you ask me, I mean, I think that this year is a we'll see where Smitty looks like without him. I feel like Smitty will probably still put up I think he would put up 1,200. I don't see him going more than that, only because of I don't know what the system's going to look like with Sean McMahon. That's the only reason why I say 1,200. That's a good number. That's a good number.
That's a good season. But I personally I see AJ Brown.
I don't see him having a good season.
I have him having 15 touchdowns. You heard it first. I have him having 15 touchdowns.
15?
15.
So he's only a red zone threat then.
All right. I'm just saying I see him having 15 to 20. That's a good year.
I don't see him getting no 15 or 20, but I only don't see that because of the fact that matters that again, the Patriots offense is predicated off of one guy.
Hey.
So
Randy Moss 2.0. That's all I gotta say, man. Before we get out of here, man, you want to say something about how do you feel about your Cavaliers before we get the fuck out of here? The Cavaliers just traded Dennis Schroeder for Trey Mann.
from Charlotte.
Do you still think, honestly, in your heart to heart, Kobe Alton right now saying, "Damn, maybe I should have had traded your boy Mobley"?
No. Why would he trade? See, here's a problem with y'all that got a problem with Evan Mobley, right? And this is
No, I'm not saying this. I'm just saying this. You could have had Braun back. You could have had Jaylen Brown. Now you could have got you a Tiago Splitter type of four that come off the bench.
All right. So the Braun situation. Braun wasn't gonna come back to Cleveland anyway. Our roster structure isn't a win now roster structure.
Okay.
We got two, and I said this during the playoffs when they were playing the Knicks. We have too many fucking guards for us to actually make a push. Exactly. And we trade a proven guard for a guard who just got put to the side in Charlotte when he first came. I heard Trey Mann's name since he first got to Charlotte. Because you got guys like LaMelo Ball. Con Kneppel came through. So my problem is, why are you trading for more guard? That was our problem in the playoffs. We have no bigs behind the two bigs to start bigs we got. We have no forwards at all. The one forward we did have, you trade him away to fucking Sacramento and then get one back. My issue with Cleveland is that you're not making proper adjustments to win. There's two guys in free agency you can go after right now who are forwards. One of the names is Jonathan fucking Kuminga, and you're not making a move to push him. The other one name is DeMar DeRozan. I get he's old. I get he's older, but he can play the three. He's 6'5" and can play the three. Why are we playing games right now?
And he can play the four.
I wouldn't put him at the forward. I don't play the four with him. He's 6'5", but he can play the three, right? He can play the three. My issue is that Cleveland's you're doing the same shit you did when Braun first came. You're making dumb ass moves and not looking at what can actually improve your roster. We've always had this issue for the past 3 years. I've said this for the past 3 years. If we had a proper wing, we can make a deep push. And this is the second year where we got deep in the playoffs, and the problem that we had was wing depth. We don't need another fucking guard. I get you want to get off Dennis Schroeder because he's older. You got Trey Mann, who's 25, 26, 27 years old. That's fine. But you still got an older guy named James Harden who's still on the roster. He's fucking 36, 37. You still got Max Strus on the roster, who doesn't need to be on the roster no more. He is not a forward. He is a point guard. You're not making proper adjustments to the team to make the team better. You're
I got
ignoring the problem.
I got another thing too, man. This is my hot take. I think we got to get an NBA Hall of Fame, man. I don't. This is getting out of control, man. And you know what I
Maybe by
mean.
Hall of Fame.
I think they should have like their own Hall of Fame, right?
They do.
It's not, man.
It's a Naismith. It's Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I don't
You
think
know
the
what
NBA
I'm.
needs their own Hall of Fame.
You know what I mean. Like the NFL, the criteria is set in stone for the NFL. NFL, baseball, it got it. Cause you be looking at some people get in, you like, damn. Like I'm not too mad about the what's his name, Stoudemire. He was a solid big for a long time, right? But it is some suspect. You like they let this nigga in, they let this nigga in, but because they also tally the international play, right? I think it should only be based on what you did in the NBA.
Nah, you can't do that.
You can't
do
use
that.
college, and I think it
But it's
should
your
be
whole
only based.
basketball resume. But it's your whole basketball. All right, so let me. All right, so let me put it to you like this, right? A guy like, let's say, who's a guy that got hindered with injuries, and let's say a guy like
Grant
Vince
Hill.
Carter,
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill. All right, Grant Hill, right? His NBA career, would you say was it? If it was strictly doing NBA, would you say it's a success?
No, because he had nicking injuries. But I will
But
say
but
this.
but would you say
I,
it's a success?
not really. Because he was
Okay,
hurt.
so
He had a lot of ankle issues. But I got to say this. What he did to be that big when he first came to the league, he was like, damn, what the fuck is this? Because he had great vision. He was a good slasher. He got a little, he had a decent mid range. You're like, ah, damn. It was not too many forwards was passing like when he came to, when he was with Detroit, passing that bitch, and he was in things Orlando, and then at the end he was with Phoenix. That's when he was the healthiest, when he was old as shit. But you can see his skills matched. And he was like, damn, if he was healthy, he might have been top 10 on a lot of lists or whatever. You know what I mean? So you can see it like that. But I just find it weird like that about their Hall of Fame. But shout out to Candace Parker. Shout out to Stoudemire. No disrespect, because what Candace Parker is, when I seen her do it in the collegiate level and the WNBA, it was scary.
yeah,
I think if she had her more of an offensive bag like Aja Wilson, she would have been even scarier.
yeah, I mean for sure. But back to my point about Grant
Oh yeah.
Hill and Vince Carter, right? Their NBA careers probably wasn't the most successful. So if you only should go after NBA careers, are they Hall of Famers? No, because they didn't have no individual success. Vince Carter was never an MVP. Talking to was Grant Hill. Vince Carter don't have no um all first team all NBA or defensive team. Neither does Grant Hill. So when you talk about just strictly doing NBA careers, a lot of guys get hold off that list. Like guys that we'd be like, oh man, like Trace McGrady's of the world, the AIs of the world, right? You could be like, well, AI has an MVP. Well, how long was he great for? You have to
You're
look
right.
at longevity.
So Derrick Rose, first ballot.
Derrick Rose, no. If we're going strictly off an NBA career, no.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
you say he's the youngest MVP. You can say, oh, but his knee. Does that fucking matter? Does that really matter towards your Hall of Fame career? Then T Mac should be a first fucking ballot Hall of Famer. But for average
Mm,
30 in a league where it was Kobe, Shaq, a young Bron coming in, a Tim Duncan, a Kevin Garnett. So that doesn't matter. Like injuries don't reflect off of if we're in the Hall of Fame or not. If that was the case, then a lot of guys who were injured before will be in the Hall of Fame now. But
right.
but so you're off your individual NBA career, a lot of guys wouldn't even touch the Hall of Fame list. Then a lot of people wouldn't touch the Hall of Fame list.
You're right, man. Before we get out of here, man. Um, salute to Westbrook, man. One of the most athletic guards to ever do it. Him, John Wall, them guys right there. D Rose. You never seen somebody attack the rim like them guys and they peak. You know what I mean? So shout out to Westbrook, man. The
Happy
holds
retirement.
holds at 13 and 20 plus rebounds, triple doubles, and like he might be arguably the best rebounder at guard position I've ever seen, man.
Yeah,
I never
he is.
seen I never seen somebody attack the board at the guard like him. So before we get out of here, man, let the people know what's going on with your last words, and we can get out of here.
Yeah, man. Shoot, I don't know how y'all feel about this NFL season. Leave that in the comments how you feel, about the team. How you feel like it's getting better or worse. However y'all feel. NBA is coming back around. I think in a couple weeks, the preseason start for them. So make sure y'all tap in a little bit. Watch the watch that go. Anybody's getting NBA 2K, y'all are stupid. I don't think that's a good
Come
idea.
on,
That's a
man.
bad
Come
investment.
on, man. Stop it,
That's a
man.
bad investment, man. Save your money, man. Save your money.
Stop it, man. Stop the bullshit, man.
But what I mean, I ain't show my hands but motherfucker getting married soon, so that's one thing. And
Who? Who?
me, shit, you see the ring.
You getting married?
Yeah, you married soon, man.
Oh
Yeah, man.
man,
Yeah, off the market.
I gotta talk to you, man.
Uh,
God
hey,
damn, man. You gotta
hey,
retire, man. Why do it? Reconsider. Read your litter.
yeah, off the market, man. Off the market. So
Oh man,
but
hold on real quick. What the fuck? This nigga try to jump on? It's too
ooh, hey, listen, hey, he can't show the work late 3 hours, man. You'll get him fired
yeah,
for that shit.
yeah, man. But but yeah, man, come on, man.
Hey,
Hold on. Damn, we
oh
had
man,
comments and everything.
oh man.
Damn, I'm bugging. Bro, let's look at these comments real quick. Damn.
Yeah, let's read the comments real quick, man.
Salute
Salute
to
to
everybody,
everybody.
mainly Motivation Monday. Cool. Raider Nation in the house. Damn, I didn't even see the comments. Raider Nation in the building. I just subscribe to your channel, Recognize Real. I'm from East Oakland. I live in Abilene, Texas. You know what I mean? Um Oh, yo, you coming on the tail end, but man.
Oh man, you can't come 3 hours
Oh,
late,
hey,
man.
hey,
Hold
got
on. Wait a
Texas
minute.
shit.
You can't
Wait a
come three
minute.
hours late and talk
Wait a
about shit
minute.
going
Wait a minute.
on.
Wait a minute. Look, you said You said 2:30.
2:30 Eastern, nigga. 2:30 Eastern.
Yeah, it's 2:30 down here in Texas.
Oh no. Damn, 2:30.
So that
You in
means that you
Central
should have
Time
told him
then.
1:30. You should have told him 1:30.
Oh,
I'm on Eastern Time.
Man, you can't. Man, you can't come to work an hour late and
But
say, "Man,
say,
I'm in Central."
look,
but
I did not know this. You know what I'm saying?
but yeah, man, let the people know because we're gonna have you on next Monday, man. Let the people know something about yourself before we close the shop up, and you got some quick words about your Texans real quick, and we will get out of here, man. But yeah, it's 2:30 Eastern time. So what is 2:30 Eastern in your time?
Yeah, so that was my fault. That was my fault.
Okay.
But next time though, make sure what I'm saying, we're gonna get it right for sure.
Yeah. So what time? So you are an hour behind us.
Hold on. Yes.
Oh, okay. So whatever. So 2:30 Eastern, whatever. Next Monday, come back on, man. But what's your thoughts about the preseason, real quick, and your Texans this year? Is it delayed?
Okay, look, you kind of lagging a little bit, but yeah, man, I'm gonna start out with my Texans. You know what I'm saying? Man, we're gonna be all right. But a lot we got to work on. From the second to the third string, but we gonna get it together. But I like what the rookies did. In the preseason, rookie quarterbacks they did their things too. So shout out to them too, though. Also,
Okay. Again, play. We will Playboy. We'll get you on next week, man.
okay,
Um,
that's a bet.
and I'm rap with you all the thing, and we're gonna have the topic Saturday. We're gonna go over the roll, and I'll let you. I'm gonna send the link so you can be on here next Monday.
Good night. Thanks for watching the Crash Out Sport podcast. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you later, Mitches.